Okay, so here we go.
Okay. I'm consenting to be recorded, so I do continue. Okay.
Okay, excellent.
Okie dokie.
I won't hold anything against you, Pat. All right, so when we talk about senior living communities or choices, as I like to say, some people make choices as they get older. And, you know, some people say that first choice, living at home, isn't a choice. It's just sort of just staying the course. But I do think it is a choice. So when thinking about what you're doing as you age and move forward in life, you know, you do have a lot of choices. And some people do indeed choose to stay in their own home and maybe make some accommodations as they age. And some people are already in a home that will accommodate them as they age. People can choose a 55 plus community, and I'll go in a little bit more detail about each one of these choices. There's also subsidized housing, continuing care retirement communities, which is a community like PPH, directly to personal care or assisted living, directly to a skilled nursing facility, and also where do acute care hospitals fit into all of this. So like I said, some people do choose to stay in their own home. And for some people, it is what you call analysis paralysis. Maybe you just can't think of making a move. You're overwhelmed. You just want to stay where you are. You love your home. And that's a choice. It's not really a plan unless you do have some care in your home. And that does involve caregiver coordination and worries about the quality of care, who's going to come in. So I do say to people that if you want to stay in your home, it's certainly your choice. Just make sure you have some services lined up or you're at least aware of them when and if you need care in the future. It does have limitations. And I can say that some people, when they say, oh, you know, I don't want to move into a community because then I won't have as much freedom. And it actually is the opposite. A lot of people that start to need care in their own home do in fact become isolated because they can't really get out, and they do have caregivers that come in. But again, it does work for some people. A 55 plus community. So these are like regular neighborhoods, except they're age restricted. Typically they're 55 plus, which is why they're called 55 plus communities. Most communities that I've seen have single story. Some do have some loft or second stories on their homes, but typically all the main living is on the ground floor. Many are gated, many have security, and many feature a clubhouse that may have areas for card games, many have pools, and a lot of them have little clubs. There is no future care. So some people say, well, I'm already in a 55 plus, or I'm looking at a 55 plus instead of a continuing care. A big difference is that there is no future care. So you'll be faced with the same challenges in a 55 plus that you would in your own single family home. You know, it may be a little friendlier to people as they age, but you will still have those challenges if you need care. Subsidized housing, we often get phone calls or people inquiring about, you know, if they have low income, if they have a financial need. PPH is not a subsidized community as far as low income. Those are subsidized by the government. You have to meet a certain criteria to qualify, and it depends on your state. And sometimes it depends on your city or county, but you have to meet a certain threshold of income and assets. Some do have amenities. So there are some very nice subsidized housing communities. And in this area, the Philadelphia Corporation for Aging, or PCA, they do have resources that can help people that are looking for subsidized housing. Their website is pcacares.org. So that's a great resource, if not for you, if you know someone that is looking for that. I would say a lot have waiting lists. So, or if you want your choice, there may be a waiting list. So I would call sooner rather than later if you are looking for subsidized housing in the future. And then there are continuing care retirement communities or Lifeplan. They're also called Lifeplan communities. So they are typically communities that are entrance fee, so meaning you pay an upfront fee. Some are rental only, and some are a hybrid. We're a little bit of a hybrid. We're mostly entry fee, but we do offer rental only, which is more expensive every month. However, in certain situations, it makes sense for people. Usually, but PPH does require financial and medical applications. We offer studio, club, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. Some communities offer quad homes or cottages. We do not have any of those here at PPH. And communities like PPH, CCRCs are designed with amenities, activities, opportunities for social interaction. And one of the most important features is that they allow you to age in place, so you do not need to move again. You may move within the campus to a more care area. However, you don't need to move out of the community when and if you start to need some services. Some people choose to bypass independent living and they move directly into personal care. You may also hear the term assisted living. Basically, Pennsylvania, it's licensed as personal care. It's basically assistance with activities of daily living, ADLs. You may hear that term. But it's for people that can't quite live independently, but you don't need full-time 24-hour medical care like you would in a skilled nursing home. Medication, dressing, bathing, things like that. Each person, I always say, that lives in personal care or assisted living, they're getting a different type or varied type of assistance. In Pennsylvania, it is private pay, meaning that there are no subsidies from the government like skilled nursing. So it is all private pay. If you are a veteran or a spouse of a veteran, there are benefits as you need care, and long-term care insurance, if you have it, may also be available. Assisted living, there are very few in Pennsylvania. They're mostly personal care, but there are a few that have an assisted living license. The big difference is that they are able to give a little bit of a higher level of care and services than traditional personal care homes are able to. Many include Alzheimer's or memory care, specialized programs within their personal care or assisted living. And it has evolved. I mean, I would say assisted living and personal care are probably about 20 to 25 years old. Typically, people that are living in personal care and assisted living today were residents that would have had to move to nursing years ago. So it is nice that there is this interim step for people. You're not in care that you don't need. You're able to maintain some independence even though you can't live independently. So it is a wonderful program. And a big question when you're looking at communities is what happens if you run out of money? Skilled nursing, also known as SNFs, not a pretty acronym, but you may hear that, a skilled nursing facility. So skilled nursing offers that you're getting joint replacement, you're recuperating from an illness or injury surgery. There are 3 broad categories for skilled nursing. Short-term stays, which are typically rehabilitative. They offer 24-hour skilled nursing care. Long-term care, and that can include dementia, where residents may need advanced care, both physical care as well as their dementia care. And then there's also hospice. So if someone is at their end of life and receiving hospice care, they'll oftentimes be in skilled nursing. So who pays the bill? Because if you've done any research for the cost of skilled nursing care, if you had to live there long-term and pay out of pocket, you'll see costs $11,000 to $12,000 per month. And most people cannot afford to pay that on any sort of basis, any long-term basis. So typically, if it's a short-term stay, you're there recuperating, Medicare is going to cover a certain amount of days. Usually it's, I think, 20 days, 100%, and then your supplemental insurance will pay. Medicaid and long-term care insurance. So PPH does have a Medicaid license or Medicaid availability. So that means if you do run out of resources to pay, you can stay and Medicaid will pick up the tab. If you have a private long-term care insurance policy, that can also be used as well. Now, just like personal care and assisted living are taking up where skilled nursing was years ago, a lot of skilled nursing facilities are picking up where hospitals traditionally have done. So, you may be familiar with skilled nursing. People there have chronic conditions that are cared for 24 hours a day. And if you know anyone or have been in the hospital, they want to get you out of there as soon as possible. Same day surgery sometimes where you're out the door, and that's where this short-term skilled nursing stay comes in, and it's very helpful. And then lastly, there's acute care hospitals, specialty providers like Moss Rehab. Some examples, typically people are treated for a brief but really severe episode. It could be a trauma, disease, recovery from surgery. So someone really needs that specialty care. Maybe it's a vent, or some sort of accident or brain trauma, something like that. So they'll provide that specialty care, and then typically you're discharged to a regular hospital or nursing. So a little bit about the Philadelphia Protestant Home. So we are a not-for-profit continuing care retirement community. So we are celebrating 130 years, which is amazing. We offer independent personal care, memory care, and skilled nursing care for senior citizens that are older. And again, the big benefit of things like PPA is that they can win to care. A lot of residents are independent, and the benefit is that care for life regardless of what happens. We were founded in 1885. Protestant doesn't mean that we did have a parishioner donated the land that PPA stands on to this day. And of course, we've transformed community campus, and we've been providing care and a leader in the senior living industry for over 130 years. Even though we have Protestant in our name, we are non-sectarian. We welcome all faiths or no faith. You don't have to be religious anyway. Everyone's welcome here. And as a nonprofit community, we have a mission that we are a community living community, and we afford residents the opportunity to your highest possible quality of life. Just a bit about nonprofit, and it's something that I do recommend to people if you're looking around. Not saying that for-profit is bad, or you live in a community that's for-profit and you have a good experience, but something that stands out with nonprofit communities is that any surplus revenue, it doesn't mean we don't make a profit. We make more than we spend. However, that excess revenue, surplus revenue, is reinvested into the community, not shareholders. We have a volunteer board of directors, and they are community leaders. We have religious, financial, construction, healthcare. So we have a lot of different community leaders that serve our board. And customer service is our organizational opportunities rather than price. So that's what we're going on. And we have 253 apartments and 3 buildings. We have studios, 1 2 bedrooms with 11 different apartment style, and many have patios or balconies. We offer many amenities. Here are some: Barber Fitness Center. I mentioned before we started the session, putting the fitness on our new dashboard, but we're always adding services depending on what residents are asking for or what people moving in are looking for. We always highlight our fitness and wellness program is open to all of our residents, which I think is wonderful. So for independent and personal care residents, they're able to go down to a fitness and wellness program. Or our skilled nursing residents, rehabilitation residents, where they can, if it fits into their physical therapy program, we have classes and different opportunities for those residents where we can go right up on their floor where they're staying to offer those fitness opportunity. All the classes are included, both are class and land-based. We do have a heated indoor pool. And if you're a resident, they're included here. Now we do have a partnership with Silver Sneakers, Prime, and Silver and Fit. Those are offered through many insurance companies. We're not quite open yet to that, but we will be open to that soon. I'll let you know when that happens. But that's also a benefit. Here's out of our pool. Open to employees, but treatment is great. It's double equipment, easy on the joints. So they're really thoughtful on how they've chosen the equipment. And as again, they have their own mission statement, if you want to call it that, for our fitness and wellness, which is to enhance the vibrancy and quality of life of the residents we house, the community members we serve through physical activity, and fellowship. We strive to accomplish this through fitness, affordable facilities and programs, and to instill in members our philosophy to value health and wellness. Something we just added are massages as well, so you can pay by the minute for a massage. I've also, as a quality sample, I've also experienced our massage program here, and it's wonderful. So again, an indoor heated swimming pool, cardio equipment, aerobic exercise classes, as well as bowling. We have a 2-lane bowling alley in our fitness center. Some of the services that are included: housekeeping and laundry services available. That's really the only thing that is not included in our fee. That's something that can be added on an a la carte basis. If you want to add that, you can. We do include transportation to local businesses, shopping. We have road loops that run to shopping centers. We have a business service office where you can pay your bill, you can get copies made. If you need to buy a book of stamps or mail a package, they can take care of that for you. Any sort of maintenance or groundskeeping need, if you have a leaky pipe or something happens in your apartment, you pick up the phone and they're over there to help you. We also have 24-hour security in our gated community, fire, heat, and fire detection as well. So the benefit of community like PPH is care. Now, none of us want to need care in the future, but as you know, most of us will need some sort of care and assistance as we age. So again, as a continuing care retirement community, PPH has independent living, personal care, which again is what's called activities of daily living, skilled nursing care, and then we also have memory care. We safe and secure memory care. We're here for those residents that are really into the moderate to end stage of dementia. And again, that is a different type of programming and care than just regular personal care. So the benefits: assurance of future care in an on-site high-quality health center. Our skilled nursing is a 5-star rated, which is the highest for CMS. You can actually go on medicare.gov, G-O-V, if you're looking at any PPH. You can actually type in and look up the community that you're interested in, and it will give you all of their Department of Health surveys as well as the rates. A benefit: peace of mind for you and for your family. Quality care available if and when needed. Variable receive care and available at care on the same campus. So when people choose to move to a community, and something I tell people over and over again is, don't wait until you're in an emergency. You want to move in while you can enjoy it. You want to move in while you're feeling relatively healthy and independent. But people move, the top 3 reasons that I've heard: social. Sometimes, especially if you're no longer driving, or maybe you've lived in a neighborhood you've lived in your whole life, and all of a sudden, your neighbors move that you've lived around all of your life. So your social outlets have decreased, and that's something that you can absolutely take advantage of in a community like PPH. Number 2 is big. I'm only 47 and I'm already stressed about this. Worry of upkeep of a home, new roof, leaky pipe. What else have I experienced lately? But there's a lot that goes into the upkeep of a home. If you're living in a house with any sort of property, you have to worry about lawn maintenance and shoveling snow. We actually had snow last year. You have to worry about leaf removal. All of these things, tree trimming, all of these things you have to worry about when you live in a home. And those are things that people get tired of at a certain point. And peace of mind, again, for future care. Many people at this point, you've been care maybe with a parent or parents, aunt, uncle, or maybe you've had a friend that has needed care. So for a lot of people, that prompts you to think about your own needs as you get older. So the next steps, and Pat, I know you already know this. If you haven't visited already, we'd love for you to come back. Again, we are open tours, and we will be having group events starting in September, and that's a great way to experience the community. I always say that you can listen to other people's questions and learn, because usually someone will ask a question you haven't thought of, or you can visit one-on-one yourself. We do have an application. That's a great first step. You fill out the application, and there is no cost, and that gives you an idea to see if you qualify to move into the community. And that way you can set yourself up and be ready when you are ready to move. I'm not going to visit again. Vacation stays are not quite available. I haven't updated that since pre-pandemic. However, that is something that we do offer, and we will offer again soon if you want to stay a couple nights. That's something that we may offer probably in the next few months, as well as lunch or dinner with residents. Again, that's something we haven't reopened yet, but that is probably coming up pretty soon, as we move further from the pandemic. Any questions?
I would have one. Something that you said, or gave me an idea. Do you have a social worker on staff that would help residents? Like, for example, I need help sometimes figuring out how to get silver sneakers, and or how to get a specific benefit, or if I run out of money, how do I apply for Medicaid? Do you have somebody in staff?
That's a great question.
Do that?
That's a great question, Pat. We do. We actually have 2.5 social workers for our independent living. So we have 2 full-time and a part-time social worker. They work for our independent living and personal care residents, and then we have 1.5 for our skilled nursing. So we have a full-time director of social services in our skilled nursing, as well as a part-time. So they're available for things just like you said, whether it's health benefits, any issue that you might be having, a referral someplace. That's, they're completely dedicated to residents and their families.
Oh, great.
For any type of questions or support.
And when the vacation stays are available, for example, for myself, I'll probably be submitting everything in 2 years. Can I come and stay 2 days and just feel it out, or whatever fee you charge is fine. But I just wanted to know, as a non-resident, can I come in for 2 days and see what it's all about? And okay, so that's good.
Yes, you certainly can, and there will be no charge for that. We invite people once we're open again for that, and that's just the idea. Come in, experience the community, and you really get a better feel than just an hour or two visit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I have a third one now. See, you leave me alone. I'll keep on
can't
coming.
believe you have more questions from last week.
You listen, I had 3 papers full. Remember, I was like this, and the other about the gym or the fitness center, what have you. I don't have silver sneakers, although I have very good insurance, and I work for the city for God knows how long. So, but I don't have silver sneakers. Can I come and pay a fee and use the, Okay.
You can, yes.
That's another way.
You can, if you do not have one of those programs, you can pay privately, and I can send you those fees.
Okay, it's not a problem. Yeah, okay, great. That way I go there and do my thing. Okay. Okay.
All right. Any other questions? I hope you learned something, Valerie.
Well, I have learned some things, but the last question, if you could repeat the answer, because my screen froze.
Absolutely. So for those people in the neighborhood, that are interested in using our gym and fitness classes, if you do not have Silver Sneakers or Prime or forget the other, Prime and Fit, then you can pay a fee to join.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm going to send this over to Pat.
Okay, thanks. And there's no age limitation, or there is, like 60.
There's an age. Yeah, I think you have to be a certain age to join.
Right.
That.
Well, I am.
I'll send it.
I certainly am. But there's no question about that. But anyway, well, that's good. Okay, great.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And Pat, I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Very soon. Yes,
Right.
certainly. And this will be available so that we can, share. I mean, I know Barbara will want to share it and perhaps share it with her brother, who has all sorts of, questions and all that.
Absolutely.
And I will share it with whomever,
Yeah.
Great.
And so
It will
that's
certainly be shareable. That's why I like to video these for those. A lot of people sign up for these and sometimes can't make it. So that way it's shareable to whomever you'd like to share it with.
okay. Oh my goodness, this is Anyway, okay. I just wanted to also know, do you have shop classes? Because I really want to learn carpentry, but
Shop classes.
yes.
I don't know if we have classes, but I bet there's someone here that would be willing to offer them.
Okay.
We just had a couple moved in, and she's now teaching sewing and quilting.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But I bet you that we would have someone that would do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Great. All right. Well, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And you as well. And thank you again. Okay. Good to see you. And good to meet you, Valerie. We'll see you.
Nice to meet you as well. I hope to see you soon.